You doing less pull? Yeah, I should have told him the less before the key. My bad. All right, we are pulling all these guys on the left side. Careful with the ads. Do not pull Chewie into this pull. Don't forget that what Chef Chewie's mechanics have actually changed. So you want to be careful with Chef Chewie. Also, if I'm standing in fire, I do apologize if it's sitting here beeping because I can't hear it. But you want to be careful with Chef Chewie because Chef Chewie actually makes the ads immune to CCs and interrupts. He no longer enrages the ads that he's nearby. So you want to make sure you are careful with who you're pulling around Chef Chewie and make sure it's not a lot of people who need to be interrupted and or CC'd. Trying to keep the ads in the earthquakes. Watch those fire circles. Make sure you're taking the fire circle away from your party. We are going to pull Chef Chewie with the 2 ads in the middle. Careful with those fire circles. So by the time we finish this pull, we should have... Chef Chewie should be back in the middle. Okay, number 1 rule as a tank. Never turn your back to the boss. Get back here, patron. You can use CCs or interrupts on this pull to interrupt the cast. Don't forget that when the patrons are low on health, they're actually going to run away, and they do pull extra ads. So you want to be careful which way they're running. You can use CCs or slows to keep them from running into other ads. Careful with this hired muscle. Don't forget that the hired muscles, they do deal a lot of damage to you. So you want to be careful with how many hired muscles you're pulling at the same time. This is the only room with a hired muscle. So you only have to worry about the hired muscles in this first room. Oh dang, I stood in the meat. Watch the meat from Chef Chewie. Don't forget that the meat he throws out actually stuns you.
Scrabbling after any shred of control.
Again, watch the meat. His meat cast is called High Stakes, and it is not interruptible. That's kind of cool. This guy has a call-out add-on thing that says who he power fused. High stakes again. Careful not to stand in any of the high stakes. We are saving our runic weapon because we are going to go up to the boss here in 2 seconds. Watch that frontal. 2% left on the ad. So ideally, you don't want to pull any bosses until your healer is at about 80% mana. 80% mana is a safe number. Certain classes like Discipline Priests, Monks, Paladins, you can get away with less mana, but you still always want to make sure that your healer has mana before you pull a boss. Always make sure you're pulling Brewmaster Aldir off to the left or right of his counter. You do not want to tank Brewmaster Aldir in the middle of the room. And the reason you do not want to tank Brewmaster Aldir in the middle of the room is because he actually throws out honey after he knocks back the tank. And this honey does deal a lot of damage to you and slow you. You do not want to be stuck in the honey. Now, a big thing during this boss fight is Discipline Priests actually do have to deal damage to heal effectively. So most likely your priest will be standing at that counter dealing damage to the boss during that fight. Just note that somebody is most likely going to have to deliver 2 of the Cinderbrews to make up for the healer, you know, trying to heal. So just keep in mind, you want somebody fast. If you have a priest in your group, or a slower character in your group, you want to offset that with somebody fast. Like a druid, a shaman, a monk, a demon hunter, a rogue. Rogues are very fast. Again, be careful with Keg Smash. Going back to Brewmaster Aldir. Always serve this patron at the counter first. The patron at the counter here, he just throws one of these Cinderbrew cups the whole time. You want to be careful with that. Make sure you just serve him his drink right away.
I'm out of range.
27% left on Brewmaster Aldir. Careful with Keg Smash. Watch these honey circles. Careful with the frontal. 4% left on Aldir here. Does everybody go that way first?
Are you here to help? My zeal to get back in business led to faulty reasoning.
We probably should have went the other way for the hero timer, actually. We should be okay. I think we actually have hero in both rooms if we go this way. Mage food whenever you can.
Help me, please.
Careful with the white circle. Don't forget that the white circle will turn you into amber. You want to be careful not to stand in that white circle. Make sure you're interrupting as many ads as you can. Mage dropped his food. I don't know if I got mage food. Now I got mage food. I was logging one time, and there was a healer who didn't bring any mage food with him or mana food with him. So because I was logging after the key anyways, I gave him all the mage food in my pocket. He was very happy. Good note, if you have mage food in your pocket and you're about to log off, the mage food actually just disappears. Like it goes in a limbo or deletes itself. So you can't actually log out and log back in and continue to eat the mage food that you had in your pocket. You have to stay logged into the character that you picked up the mage food on in order to continue to eat the mage food. So, if you have somebody else who's getting on and you're getting off and you know they're getting on, it might be nice to just throw them the mage food really fast. If you're in the same area.
It's too far away.
Okay, as soon as the worker bees are almost dead, we're going to pull our next pull here.
Scrabbling after any shred of control.
I would pull them with the other pull. However, I was looking at a route that I collected from Goober the other day, and he pulls these separate, so we're pulling these separate. Careful those circles, because he pulls really big pulls, so if he pulls these separate, that's probably why our party is dying. So we're going to try pulling these pulls separate, and hopefully see if that helps our party's survivability in the long run. Be careful with pets after this pull. You can skip the next couple of ads, but you want to be careful and make sure that no pets are going to run around and pull the ads. Because it is very easy for pets to pull the ads. There we go. Honey volley. Make sure you're interrupting that honey volley cast. I'm gonna end up pulling the boss.
Mortals.
Honestly, we're doing enough damage. We probably could pull these into the boss. Ask the healer if he needs mana. needs mana. Oh, he says ready. Never mind. Nice, so we still have 22 minutes left. We still... Thank you for the lurk, Burrow. We are currently running a 10 Cinderbrew Meadery. We have 22 minutes, 32 seconds left. And we are on the second boss. Careful with the honey on this boss. Pulling all the ads together. Remember, as the tank, you do not have to run the honey out until last second, until just before it drops. It is hard to hold aggro on all the small bees. Well, it's not. It's hard to get aggro on all the small bees. It's easy to hold it, but it's hard to grab it. So if you can wait just a second before you drop the honey out, that does help a little bit to grab. It helps you grab aggro on the bees. So I would recommend just waiting until your honey has like 2 seconds left before you run the honey out. 2 seconds, pulling the honey out. I'd actually like to pull those last couple of bee lefts just because we're doing really good damage. I don't think that'll wipe us.
Get those wings popping. The best for my bees. Hot honey coming at ya.
Remember, you want to use the bees to smash the barrels. We have a couple of bees here on our healer. They came from this corner back here. They were probably attracted from a bee charging in a barrel.
Hey, you're really trying to be a bee in my bonnet, ain't you? You may have disrupted.
Healer says, trying out new hero talents. Let me know how I do by the end.
And this is still my Meadery.
Mage says, how do you like them? He says a lot so far, kind of fun. Thank you, Furrow. That boss actually went very well. It was a very clean boss kill. Careful with the Careful with the careless. Well, I gotta actually read his name before I say it. Careful with the careless hobgoblin. Make sure you are charging the careless hobgoblin into a wall. Into a close wall. A careless hobgoblin will charge all the way across the map and pull at the end of the room. So you want to make sure you are charging the hobgoblin into the closest wall near you.
More.
Good note here, you can actually skip the ads at the end of the hallway. You just want to be very careful and let your healer mind soothe them if you have a priest. Watch the Apex. Make sure you're picking up the Apex. Good note, we actually ran a 12 the other day. And in the 12, the Apex actually changes. So keep in mind, if you're pugging a higher rated person and they happen to overlook the Apex, it's probably a good idea just to hit them with the Apex, because the Apex does change in hierarchies. So I would recommend just walking the Apex into them. Careful with the careless hobgoblin. Make sure you are running it into a close wall. Watch the brew drops. Okay, so we accidentally pulled half the group from over there, not the entire group. But I just noticed that the other guys in this group, they are the taste testers. They have crates on their head. The taste testers literally have crates on their head and they're running in circles. See if we can get a good angle on them after we're done grabbing all these ads off of everybody. The ads just want to eat our healer. There we go. Okay, there we go. Taste testers at the end of the hallway. They have crates on their heads. Super weird. Pulling all the ads together. We're gonna go ahead and pull these guys at the end of the hallway. Good note, be very careful if you have an elemental shaman in the group. Make sure that you are not pulling all of the ads out of their earthquake. Yeah, elemental. So elemental shamans rely heavily on their earthquake to deal damage. And if you pull the ads out of their earthquake, they're not going to do as much damage as everybody else. So I've noticed a lot of times what I've been doing is the ads are dying super quickly, so I'll pull to the next pull. And when I pull to the next pull, I'm leaving behind all of the earthquakes and all of the AoE that the shaman, the elemental shaman, had put on the ground. So if you have an elemental shaman in your group, be very careful chain pulling and keep in mind that the elemental shaman probably has an earthquake on the ground. So just be very careful not to pull it out of their earthquake. Free samples. Interrupt the free samples. Watch the fire on the floor. I'm eating the mage's fire. Careful, it's a careless hobgoblin. Make sure you are facing it towards a wall.
After any shred of control. I'm out of range.
Reckless delivery. As he says, how do we kill him? I was just actually thinking that this is going really well, so probably jinx him. Careful with the brew drops. I gotcha, mage. I gotcha. I skilled on the mage's part. He was running from the ads and he was still raining fire down on the ads that were chasing him. Careful with the healing.
Shred of control.
40% left on the ad. And then we are actually going to pull these ads at the end of the room here. Just to be safe. We don't actually need the ads on the other side of the room, but the question is, do we need the broom? I don't actually think we need the broom with our current damage right now, but do we want to risk that? I'm thinking yes, we risk it.
Yeah. Feed. All of you. Feed on the void.
Alright, pulling the boss.
Elemental made of mead? Oh, my Cinderbrew! Nerubians are one thing, but
90% left on the boss. Open. Watch those circles.
I'm out of range.
Careful with those ads. Burning fragments. Watch the burning fragments. I think we've been talking too much tonight. Losing our voice. %47 left on the boss.
Yeah,
Careful with those brew drops.
all of you. Feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
Three more brew drops coming at the boss. There should be some rule like if the brew drop is close enough, the tank can help. It's too close. 26% left on the boss. Be careful with those circles. 17% left on the boss.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of control.
Careful with the brew drops. So, benefit of being a Death Knight tank is when the ads get kind of close and the boss is spinning in a circle, you can actually step away and help Death Grip those ads out. You just want to be very careful and make sure that you're watching the boss's cooldown when he's spinning in circles, and you are not stepping away to Death Grip the ads when the boss is back active again.
Hey! That meat elemental took months of R&D. It's you goody goodies.
Also,
Know who you're
I would
dealing
always
with.
recommend looking at your bee,
And now
because right now
you're
nobody
riding
has
my
it, but
bee
sometimes
like
you
some
could get a bee with a
leech
hat.
weirdo. I guess I'm gonna have
It
to
doesn't actually do
show
anything, it
you
doesn't give you a buff or
hidden
anything,
friend who
but it's just cool. There's like a slim chance that you could get a bee with a hat. Careful with the circle. Remember, you want to focus down one ad at a time. The reason you want to focus down one ad at a time is because the ads actually heal back to full health after you've killed one ad. So you want to be very careful and make sure you're killing one ad at a time. It doesn't matter if you AoE the other ads or if you get their health down really low. Just as long as you're not focusing multiple ads, because only one ad's going to be able to die. Oh, never mind. Unless you're awesome like that and you kill two at a time.
Mortals,
Did not know you could do that.
after any shred of control.
But Drew just said the same thing as me. He goes, oh, we actually killed two. So they must be like the angels from Spires of Ascension. The angels in Spires of Ascension, you used to be able to kill multiple angels at a time as long as you killed them at the same time. Alright, we're going to be very careful with Gilby Baron Bottom and make sure she's not facing towards our party. Because last time we ran this key, we sniped our healer. Careful with the lava. You want to take these fire circles over to the barrels with the fire coming out of them. You can destroy the small circles with the fire circles. However, it's the large circles that are going to put the dot on you. So you want to make sure you focus on the large barrels with the fire coming out of the top first. All of the extra barrels, those are extra. When she shoots at them during her Let It Heal cast, they won't deal that much damage to you and they'll just shoot out fire. As long as you can dodge the fire, you are good.
Yeah.
And during her Let It Hail, she actually does not pop every barrel at the same time, so it does stagger the fire a little bit, making it a lot easier to dodge the fire. cash cannon. Careful with the cash cannon. 37% left on the boss. Watch those circles. Make sure you're taking the circles to blow up canisters with fire coming out of them. As the tank, you can use your tank frontal to blow up canisters with fire coming out of them. Just remember to watch your party. If you snipe your party with a frontal, you'll be losing the damage from your party because they'll be dead from the frontal. So you want to make sure that you are watching where your party is when you're aiming your frontal. We did miss one barrel, which means we are going to get one dot. This dot here is Cindering Wounds. Right now we're taking 442,000 damage for 5 seconds. 11% left. 4%. Boss is almost dead.